Yeah, hi. This is just a little message to all these cis, straight, white Catholics in America right now. Like, here's an idea. Shut up. Dead ass. You have no right chiming in on what's happening right now. Maybe talk to somebody oppressed. I don't know. Like the LGBTQIA2+ community for Palestine. They know what's up because Palestine would welcome those folks with open arms, babe. Well, I don't know if you're allowed to be gay in Palestine. Gay marriage is not recognized. In Palestine, you might be arrested or even murdered for being gay, so that wouldn't... Listen to the black people, okay? The blacks know what's up, okay? So let's just check the BLM Twitter right now. Yes, that is all it is, with a cute little picture of a paratrooper flying down for freedom. Wait, that might actually be the person. The paratrooper is the one who flew down and killed the Jews during the music festivals. If you're black, you can say things about killing Jews, but if you're brown, you can kill gays, but not the black. This is all Donald Trump's fault!
In an era where humour is increasingly scrutinised under the lens of political correctness, Tyler Fischer stands out as a comedian who walks the tightrope between satire and controversy with deliberate audacity. Known for his sharp impersonations, viral sketches, and unapologetically bold stand-up routines, Fischer has carved a niche for himself as a performer who challenges the boundaries of modern sensibilities while staying rooted in traditional comedic principles. His work offers a revealing case study in how comedians can navigate, resist, and even thrive amidst the pressures of today's social climate.
I just got my United States citizenship 3 days ago. You cannot have a gun in New York City, right? You cannot have a gun, but you can have your penis out open carry on the subway. No problem. Everyone's, oh, it's okay. Very different from my country. You have a different genders here. We only have 2. You have several thousand. A little confusing. I had a first date last night. This woman said, I am fluid. I said, you're wet? I don't know. I identify as hard, so let's... Alright, I'm from Connecticut. I don't know, I just... I want some of that foreign privilege, you know what I mean? Can't just be a straight white guy with resting January 6th face anymore, you know?
At the core of Fischer's comedic philosophy is a resistance to censorship and ideological conformity. In interviews and performances, he has spoken openly about his belief that comedy should be free from the constraints of political correctness. He sees satire not only as entertainment, but as a tool for dissent and truth-telling. By mimicking political figures or exposing the absurdities of bureaucratic culture, Fischer attempts to strip away the euphemisms and performative decorum that often dominate public discourse.
And tiny guys are better in bed. These guys get pussy all day. I get 1 shot every 4 years. It's like the fucking World Cup. I'm talking... It takes them forever to get hard, these tall guys, right? His penis is 40 inches away from his heart. His heart is... She's coming over in 8 hours. Let's get her going. They're popping Viagra like Advil. I could lick a Flintstone vitamin. I'm rock hard. And what's the biggest complaint about men, right? Men can't find the what, ladies? The clit. Thank you. Why do you think that is? The guys you're banging, look at their hands. Look at this. Who do you think's gonna find the clit? This freak or my little clit grabbing claws? Look at this. Look at that. Found it, found it, found it, found it, found it, found it. It's like Braille to a tiny guy. You kidding me, dude?
Fischer's approach has not come without backlash. His Dr. Anthony Fauci impersonations, for instance, have drawn ire from those who view them as undermining public health messaging. Critics argue that Fischer's satire can spread misinformation or reinforce conspiratorial thinking. Fischer, however, defends his work as an exercise in freedom of speech and intellectual independence. He contends that questioning authority, particularly through humour, is a democratic necessity, not a subversive threat.
This country's all divided. I was called a far-right extremist Trump supporter for not getting the vaccine. Anybody else? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, one honest guy. How did that make you feel? Tiny. Made you feel tiny? You need a vaccine, but not for that. IQ vax or something. Well, either way, Trump made the vaccine. If you love Trump, you would have got the goddamn thing. That was his baby, right? Warp speed. Excuse me, warp speed. No, you all have warp speed in you right now. You have Trump juice inside your body.
Warp speed so quick. It was supposed to take 5 years, but I made it in 2 days. Warp speed.
You have experimental Trump juice in your body floating around.
Warp speed. Nobody makes it that quick. Nobody feels tiny when they get it. Big. Very big.
If I like Trump, I'd be like, give me that Patriot pinch. Give it to me. Come on. I got my NRA tattoo and my mRNA tattoo. Come on. Making vaccines great again.
What sets Fischer apart in the comedy landscape is his willingness to address the consequences of a hypersensitive culture head-on. His routines often comment on cancel culture, gender ideology, and social media outrage, not simply for shock value, but to provoke reflection on how these phenomena shape behavior and discourse. His comedy assumes a certain risk, a readiness to be misunderstood or maligned, and this risk is integral to his identity as a performer.
Biden's not doing good. You ever watch him talk? He starts out yelling, and then he whispers like the most important part of the speech.
Read what I said.
$9 trillion relief so far.
Total opposite of Trump. Trump starts out calm and then builds to a violent screaming by the end of his speech. Right?
So, excuse me, think of it. We have to save this great country right now. No, I made this country so great. I made it so great. And then now it's not so great. Not so great. Because of the radical left. And you know these people, right? Radical. We call them radical. We say radical. These people, these radical left. They're racists. They're murderers. They're f***ing our kids, chopping their dicks off, putting Bud Lights up their ass at the border. That's what they're doing. Think of it now. Think of it. So sad. Think of it.
Does that little toddler sway?
In many ways, Fischer embodies the tension between two competing visions of comedy, one that sees it as a platform for social progress and another that defends its right to offend. While he aligns more with the latter, his work does not lack nuance. His impersonations are precise, his jokes often layered, and his delivery calculated. Whether or not audiences agree with his views, they cannot easily dismiss his technical skill and deep understanding of comedic timing and character work.
Now all the Christians are going, oh, he's going to hell. That's brutal, right? That's freaking brutal. My wife's going to bitch at me, right, when she sees this. Now, I get home, she's watching Oprah, right? I go, can you watch anything else?
Nah, she's brutal. 2 weeks to flatten the curve. We're actually too weak to flatten the curve, John. It's not humanly possible.
I got to rescue my father from the belly of the whale. Clean my room before I start trying an impression of Jordan Peterson. So it's like I was reading 12 Rules for Life, and, you know, it's not about responsibility. It's about how many pronouns you have, John. It's about how many statues you topple.
TikTok. It would have been a better name for a dating app for women in their late 30s. TikTok. You know what I'm talking about. TikTok. Because time is running out. And so TikTok.
Greg was really a wonderful person. Unfortunately, as we know, he wrapped his car around a telephone pole because he did not get enough sleep. If only he got a helium sleep mattress.
Tyler Fischer represents a strand of contemporary comedy that is willing to challenge the orthodoxies of the current cultural moment. In an age where offense is often conflated with harm, and where comedians are frequently called to police their own material, Fischer chooses to push back. His approach may not be for everyone, but it raises essential questions about the role of comedy in society. Should it comfort the comfortable or confront them? Should it reflect prevailing norms or resist them? Through his work, Fischer makes his stance clear and invites audiences to laugh, think, or argue along the way.